Welcome back, tech friends. My name's Gareth, this is Tech Check, and today I feel quite special because we've got the last upgrades required for my own personal build. We're going to be installing these 7 QX120 fans, all in white, so we can keep in with the rest of the build. And we've got this Icue H150I LCD. Rather special this, and I've been waiting 4 to 5 months. So without further ado, let's unbox them, let's review them, and then in the same video, let's get them all installed into this case. So first thing I'm going to do, guys, is just carefully undo my high power cable, and then I'm going to undo my PCIe slots. And one of the great things about this X670 board is it comes with this quick release mechanism here. So we'll press down this button and then we should be able to just remove our graphics card. Nice and gentle. And there she is in all her glory. And now that gives us a whole lot more room to actually play with, not to mention remove some of the weight out the case as well, as we'll be tossing and turning it. We can undo the top panel and remove that, and then our side panel can come off. Then we can undo these 2 screws here and these 2 screws here. This is where it gets quite frightening, guys, with the amount of cables. As you can see at the back here, guys, we've got our Commander Pro, we've got our Commander Core, and then we've got our RGB lighting hub here as well. The easier solution to this would have been just to have 2 Commander cores, and therefore you don't need the Commander Pro and you wouldn't need this RGB lighting hub. But I already had a Commander Pro, I already had an RGB lighting hub, and I got the Commander Core with the actual cooler. So you make use of what you've got. As you can see, guys, it's an absolute disaster at the back of here. But what we're going to do is actually take out our Commander Core, this RGB lighting hub, and our Commander Pro, and then we'll get this out of the system, and then we'll start removing those other 10 fans and all in one. And there we have it, guys. We've finally got the 10 QL120s out of the system. This H150 Elite Capital X with this LCD upgrade screen that's obviously been retrofitted. We've got our Commander Pro, our Commander Core, and then our RGB lighting hub as well. So 2, 4, 6 plus 20, so there's 26, 27, 28, 29 cables in the back of here just to power these 10 fans and this particular H150 all-in-one. So there we have it, guys. QL120s, Icue Link QX120s. Just to give you an idea on the back, our QL120s are rated for 0.3 amps, 41.8 CFM, max speed is 1500 RPM, max sound 26 decibels, max static pressure 1.55, and then it's got a 4-pin PWM connection. The difference with the QX120s are it's rated at 1.2 amps. Again, power, you can control it at 0 or then 20 to 100%. Speed is anywhere between 480 and 2400 RPM. Airflow is 16.4 to 63.1, which is a big increase. And then the static pressure is anywhere between 0.17 and 3.8 millimeters, or mmH2O. These are going to create more static pressure. They are going to go faster if you require them to, and they've got more RGB LEDs inside them as well. The actual fan itself hasn't actually changed. Let's open this one and compare it to this aesthetically. And this is the expansion kit as well. So I'm just hoping they visually are as appealing as what those ones are. Oh, bless you. Oh, I quite like that already. First noticeable difference, you've got no 2 cables coming off the back. It's got an inbuilt temperature sensor as well. These, you can connect 14 of these fans together. So unlike obviously the Leon Lee ones, Corsair's took it one step further. So you've got obviously the RGB round here, same as this. I do really like the actual X, and I don't think I would care whether I'm looking at it that way or that way, in all honesty. All the cables are obviously hidden now as well. You've got your side lighting, whereas on these ones you've just got the 2 rings. But yeah, overall, what do you think? These ones, for a pack of 3 of these, are 80 to 86 pounds. A pack of 3 of these, 125 pounds. I think this individual expansion one was 45, 46 pounds just on its own. So, and just a note there, guys, there isn't anything else that comes with the actual fan except for 4 mounting screws and then a couple of little push plastic fittings. So ultimately, it's one of those where it's purely just the actual fan. New technology, always pay more for it. Early adopter tax. That's what I like to call it. I've waited 4 or 5 months. I couldn't help myself. Let's get the rest of these unpacked. Let's get them installed. We've opened the 1 pack. Let's have a look at what you get in the 3 pack before I install them. There you go. That's our 3 fans all connected. With the 3 packs though, guys, you also get the Icue Link system hub along with some other cables as well. And included in these cables, you also get these, well, this one is a 60 centimeter link cable. You also get this 10 centimeter link cable. And then we've also got all of our screws in there as well. We've got a bit of 3N tape. And on the bottom of this one, we get our hub. So yeah, there we go. So we've got, to control our hub, we've got our connector here, which is then going to our motherboard via a USB 2. We've then got power to our hub, and that is a PCIe 6 pin, which goes in here. And then off the side of our hubs, we've got one connector there and another connector there. As it says, you can on one side do 14 different fans. Ultimately, I'm thinking if we can connect these 3 on the bottom with these 3 on the side and have that running into one side, and then off the other side have these 3 running into this one, we should be absolutely fine. Let's start installing some fans. I've got a lot of screwing to do. We've got our 3 fans there and our 3 fans there. Tell you what, guys, it's going to look nice. This is one thing that I did fail to show you guys is the way that they actually connect. Really, really clever. You've got these 2 connections, these 2 connections. Literally, they are magnetic, guys. That's it. I think that is, whilst I applaud Leon Lee for what they've done in terms of innovation in the marketplace, I think Corsair's took it one step further. We can then pop that in and clip it into place with these 2 clips and then replace the 2 screws. That's our first 3 done. I'll do the exact same for the side and the rear, and I'll be back very shortly when we connect them all up and have a look at the all-in-one. Right, so now we've got those 3 fans and that fan. We'll go ahead and daisy chain these 3 to these 3. We're obviously going to daisy chain this top one to the top 3, but we're also going to run these 3 and these 3 off of this cable here. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect this right angle connector at the top. We're going to run it through here and run it into our lighting hub at the back. On to the bit that I'm most excited about, guys. So, Icue Link H150I LCD. I've been waiting for this for ages and ages, and I purposely didn't buy the XT version because I knew this was coming out. This was $329.99, but it does adopt everything that you could ever want, and it includes £125 worth of fans, and it also comes with the link system along with a whole plethora of cables as well. That being said, let's get in and have a look at it. So what do we get? We get our compliance and warranty booklet. We get our USB 2 splitter cable. We'll have a look at this in a minute. This is our link connector. Let's get this out. I can't wait to have a look. It looks like it's got the 3 included QX120 fans already installed, which is amazing. We have our Intel 1151 1200 brackets. We have our AM4, AM5 brackets. And then we have our H150 70 screws so we can attach our radiator to our actual case. I've got a sneaky feeling that you won't be able to power the pump and the other 7 fans at the same time off of one of these sides here. So that's the reason why I'm really pleased that I bought 2 of the starter kits. Yes, added expense, and yes, you can buy the cable kit for another 45 to 50 quid as well, but I didn't really fancy paying 50 quid for cables. That being said, let's take a look at this. Let's pop that there a second. How clean does that look, guys? Absolutely phenomenal. Really, really nice white finish. The fans are a little bit different. Obviously, these are more matte. This is more gloss. Loving, obviously, the white tubes as well. You've got lovely, nice Corsair connectors here. And these are a lot less stiff as well. So you've got a lot more flexibility with the cables comparable to a number of their other all-in-ones. Nice little white cable, which is a nice touch there. Comes pre-applied with thermal paste and has also got the Intel mounting bracket installed as well. All in all, guys, no cables coming off of your actual pump. It's amazing. And that's the reason that on the actual all-in-one at the top here, you've got a USB-C connector and you've got 2 inputs just up here. You've also got on the other side of the fan an input which you can actually daisy chain in series if you want to. Long time coming, very, very excited. So without further ado, let's get our radiator attached to the top of our actual case, and then we'll attach and change our all-in-one fittings for our Ryzen 7950 X3D. Right, let's get these 12 screws in. We want to be using the 12 smaller screws with the washers, screwing from outside the case into the actual radiator to hold the radiator in place. And the good idea here, guys, is just put the screws in so they're going to support, but don't tighten them all the way down so you've got a little bit of flexibility. So there we go, guys. We can still move our radiator. So we'll turn that cable like that, and then we'll slot that into this connector just here. There we go. And once you've got it there, push it straight in, and then we can slide that over there. So that means that our 3 fans here are daisy connected to, or daisy chained and connected to this particular fan. We'll turn our attention to our actual pump, which is there. Now, guys, I've already got an AM5 bracket installed. If this was your first time doing it, you need to make sure that you've got your 4 AM4, AM5 standoffs in place. Just make sure that they are thumb tight. Next thing we want to do is we want to remove our cover, and we can remove our Intel brackets. We can then go ahead and install our actual AM5 ones. Then all we're going to do, guys, is drop our cooler onto our 4 standoffs. And once we've got it firmly in position, we're going to hold it there, and you're going to tighten on or screw on 4 of our thumb screws. Don't do each one too tight until you've got all 4 on. One thing I'm already loving is none of these cables coming up here. I think that is a massive, massive benefit of this particular cooler. We then want to take our 60 centimeter cable and plug it into one of our inputs here, and then we can put that into there like that, and then we can run that down there and through the back. This going into our hub, we've got this going to here, we've got this going into here, and effectively those 2 cables there are going to go into one in here and one in here. We're going to power our hub there, and then we're going to make a USB 2 connection from our hub to our USB 2 header on our motherboard. The one thing I've not figured out is we have got a USB-C connector on our actual radiator here, and that also is a USB 2 connector as well. So whether or not it's pulling power, or whether or not you just want to miss the Corsair link hub out and you can control the fans or anything that's daisy chained in directly through this, that's another good option as well. And it's nice that they've included a white cable. Look at the difference, guys, comparable to what was there before. Absolutely mind-boggling difference. So effectively, all we need to do is make sure that we get our hub that's close enough that can go through the bottom of the case and connect to our USB 2 connector at the bottom. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed the cable through now and get that connected straight away, so that I'm not worried that I stick this down here, for instance, and then I've not got enough cable length to get it connected. There we go, and we can connect that to our USB 2. We've got 3 of them here. All we've got to do is measure up the blank with the blank that's in the bottom right hand corner. There we go. And we'll push the excess through to the back, and that will give us a bit more cable to work with. We can reconnect our USB 2 connection. One can go into this side like so, and then the other one can go under and into the other side. All we need to do now is connect some power to one of our PCIe ports, or 6 pins on the back, and that just goes in like that and pushes in. And there we have it. I need to do a little bit of cable management with these white cables, but ultimately, what do you guys think? Comparable from this to what it was before? I can tell you now, it looks 10 times easier. It's a lot less cluttered, and to be fair, there's 29 cables. Well, let's just be fair, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cables rather than 29. I think Corsair's done a really, really good job. I'm quite happy with regards to what it does at the back and what it does at the front as well. Let's put some power in it and let's boot it up. So we're all back together, guys, and this is the moment of truth. We're going to flick on the power and we're going to press the power switch, and let's hope that I've put it all together properly. So power, please. Oh, that's nice. The fans have just spun. Look at that, all in one. That's nice. Holy moly. That looks sick. I'm 37 years old, but in this instance, I'll say it. That looks absolutely insane. Let me know what you think. I was a little bit taken back then. The LEDs are way, way brighter than the QL120s. I've already expressed to you that the cable clutter in the back has gone. We've gone from 29 cables at the back to literally 4 cables, which is a godsend, in all honesty. Corsair, you smashed it. At the front, everything's connected. I've got these 3 and the side 3 daisy connected via a little 10cm cable. I've got this one and these 3 on the all-in-one connected via a little 10cm cable. And then these 3 fans and the radiator connected via a small little cable. I've then got the 60cm cable going from the radiator and from the 3 at the side to either side of that link, powered via the 6 pin and also a USB 2 header to our motherboard. Now, I already have Icue downloaded on my computer. I can see that the computer's posted as well with the green LED on there. So no issues, no problems, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't know whether you can tell, but they've put an offset on the LCD screen and moved it more to the left. Gave you a little bit more room for the actual tubes down the right hand side there. The screen looks bigger. The housing looks beautifully diffused in terms of the LED and RGB as well. So I love the fact you've got no cables coming off up the top there. Gives it much more cleaner aesthetic. How easy was it to set up? Dead straightforward, dead easy. I think the only elephant in the room is the actual cost. It's not going to be for everybody because it's on the very high side in terms of cost. But for those people that's looking for absolute phenomenal performance in terms of RGB, aesthetically, it's beautiful. In terms of performance, we went through that at the start. They're better stats than what my QL120s are in terms of revolutions per minute and in terms of CFM performance as well. So better product, more money, newer, but overall much better. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, guys. Have you got any QX120s? Would you be willing to pick up one of these H150i LCDs as well? So yeah, very, very happy with this, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Very easy to set up. Any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Hope you've enjoyed. Take it easy. All the very best.